All the information shared in this video is available on the public platform. Nothing is discussed here which may breach the confidentiality of our armed forces. Defense Detective respects our defense forces and works only on the information that is available for public.
As European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen arrives in New Delhi with an unprecedented entourage of 21 EU commissioners, the visit signals far more than diplomatic courtesy. Amid the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, Donald Trump's administration has thrown NATO's future into uncertainty, demanding members increase defense spending to an unprecedented 5% of GDP, a threshold that not even the American military-industrial complex has reached. More alarming for Brussels, the White House has explicitly repositioned its priorities, border security and countering China, now supersede European security, in Washington's strategic calculus. Among 32 NATO nations, 23 also belong to the European Union, EU. According to European Council President Antonio Costa, these EU-NATO members will likely agree to raise the defense spending target beyond the current 2% of GDP at a crucial NATO summit in June, where a new benchmark will be set. Costa, a former Portuguese Prime Minister speaking in January, noted that joint defense spending by these 23 EU nations has already hit 2% of GDP after a sharp 30% increase since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. With Russia as NATO's primary threat, bolstering air defense, anti-missile systems, and electronic warfare capabilities should be a top priority. But the subtext is clear. Europe can no longer rely solely on American protection. If Washington is no longer Europe's security guarantor, Brussels must chart its own course. The fundamental question emerges, can Brussels develop an independent security framework without Washington's umbrella? The answer may lie in partnerships beyond the Atlantic. Here's where India enters the equation. With its growing defense industrial base, expertise in indigenous weapon systems, and strategic autonomy, India could play a critical role in helping Europe build its own security architecture. President of the European Commission in India. Amid shifting US foreign policy, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and 21 EU commissioners have begun a two-day visit to India. This is the first trip out of Europe by the college, which took office in December, and the first ever visit to India by the commissioners together. The visit signals Europe's intent to strengthen partnerships beyond the US while resetting EU-India ties. Von der Leyen, accompanied by the College of Commissioners, also met with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The EU-India Trade and Technology Council is also set to convene. Announced at Davos on 21 January, the visit marks a key phase in bilateral relations ahead of the upcoming EU-India summit. In this era of intense geostrategic competition, Europe stands for openness, partnership, and outreach. We seek to deepen ties with one of our most trusted friends and allies, India, von der Leyen stated. India's strategic location in the Indo-Pacific, through which 80% of global trade by volume passes, makes it vital to regional security and EU interests. Amid uncertain transatlantic ties, the EU seeks to expand key partnerships. Negotiations are underway for a free trade agreement, investment protection, and geographical indications, alongside cooperation in security, research, and space. Recently, President Trump imposed a 25% tariff on European steel and aluminum imports, 25% of which are destined for the US. India, too, is preparing for economic uncertainties under Trump 2.0. Meanwhile, EU-China ties remain tense, with both sides slapping tariffs on each other over claims of unfair competition. Von der Leyen's guidelines explicitly cite China's aggressive posture and unfair economic competition. Both India and the EU seek to de-risk from China, particularly in critical minerals, semiconductors, and green technologies. As part of the Minerals Security Partnership, MSP, they are exploring joint efforts in mineral extraction, processing, and innovation. A semiconductor MoU, already signed, aims to strengthen supply chains, complementing India's semiconductor incentives and the EU's CHIPS Act. The economic dimensions of this burgeoning partnership cannot be overstated. The EU is India's largest trading partner, with bilateral trade in goods reaching 124 billion euros, 130 billion US dollars in 2023, up nearly 90% over the last decade. According to an EU statement, around 6,000 European companies are present in India, directly employing 1.7 million people and indirectly supporting 5 million jobs. Trade and technology cooperation has grown, with EU-India Free Trade Agreement, FTA, negotiations resuming in 2022 and the launch of the Trade and Technology Council, TTC. While the EU's defense mandate remains limited, technology transfers could be a key area of collaboration. A potential EU-India security pact, akin to the EU-Japan Agreement of November 2024, could cover defense industry partnerships, maritime security, and space cooperation, the ORF report said. In December 2024, India and the EU established a high-level strategic foreign policy dialogue between External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and EU High Representative Kaja Kallas, with the EU's newly appointed Defence Commissioner, Andrius Kubilius, advocating a values-based foreign policy. This may be the right time to launch a 2+2 dialogue between foreign and defense ministers, a multipolar reality. As the EU and India recalibrate their strategies, they face a world shaped by parallel wars, the potential consequences of a second Donald Trump presidency, and an assertive China. Europe, confronting its most significant armed conflict since World War II, has seen its economic and security foundations, built on cheap Russian energy, American protection, and Chinese manufacturing, fundamentally disrupted. This has pushed the EU to assert itself as a strategic global player. Despite occasional friction over India's active neutrality stance regarding the Russia-Ukraine conflict, diplomatic engagement between Brussels and New Delhi has only intensified.